And a big thank you to the sponsors of this podcast, Moonpig. Order your holiday cards and more. Try your first card free with code free at moonpig.com/US/happy. And Open Phone. Get 20% off with Open Phone on your first 6 months when you sign up at openphone.com/earn and Shopify. Sign up for your 1-month trial period at shopify.com/happy. Found. Try Found for free at found.com/earn and Constant Contact. Get customized marketing campaigns built for you in just a few clicks. Go to constantcontact.com for your free trial.
Home can be more than a place, and home can have so many more definitions. It can be the people and experiences that help you grow. And the places to me that have felt most like home have always been the places where I had the ability to expand in them. Hey everyone, welcome back to the podcast. You're probably listening to this either smack dab in the middle of the holidays or you're on the other side. And let me tell you, no matter how you feel, I would love for you to join our free Glossy Glow Up Challenge. It is 5 days of workouts with myself. And also you're going to get 5 manifesting meditations with my co-founder, Natalie Ellis, along with 5 manifesting journal prompts to create your best 2025. And we also have an awesome meal guide, you guys, that's super easy to follow. And of course, Glossy is in there. Go and check it out. We'd love to have you. It's all about accountability and community because we have the most epic community at Glossy. It's a lot of amazing, ambitious women just like yourself who know that they need to support the entrepreneur first. So go and check it out. It is in the show notes. You still have time to join. It's January 6th. We would love to do this with you. So I was scrolling on Instagram, shocking, I know, and I came across this reel of this guy talking about how he had a friend who was a bit hesitant about moving, and he had never felt hesitant about moving because he had moved so much growing up and his family was from all over. And how home can really be so many different definitions of what home is. And he went on to talk a little bit about this definition of home that he had shared. And he said, home isn't just where you grow up. It's where you become the best version of yourself. That moved me more than I can tell you because growing up, I never quite felt settled in an area. I always kind of wanted to go somewhere else, or I questioned where I was at, or I wondered why I didn't fit in, or maybe why something didn't quite feel like it was working. And I just want to start by saying no one place in the world is perfect. We can chase and chase and chase all these different destinations of homes, whether it be location or whether it be in people or whatever it is that we're trying to find a home in. And nothing is ever going to be perfect, but home can be more than a place, and home can have so many more definitions. It can be the people and experiences that help you grow. And the places to me that have felt most like home have always been the places where I had the ability to expand in them. I never quite felt like I was at home where I lived growing up or even in my early 20s when I lived in Wisconsin. And I think that a lot of that was because the person and the version of the person that I wanted to grow into wasn't necessarily really something that people were accustomed to have the big dreams, to maybe not want the family yet, to go and chase the career, to do something bigger than most people were used to. And I think that that is where we feel like we don't fit in, where we're the black sheep, where we don't feel like we're being nourished or being like pushed to grow. So there's a beautiful quote from Christian Morgenstern, and it says, home is not where you live, but where they understand you. Home is not where you live, but where they understand you. And for me, moving away from my childhood home, but finding a new version of a home in a new way in a totally new experience was for me what really felt like my definition of what home is now to me. Home isn't necessarily a place where you're completely comfortable and you can just relax and unwind. I think that that's a very important version of home that you need. But home is also a place where you feel like you can be expanded and it's welcomed to be challenged and to step into that biggest version of yourself. And it's not just welcomed, but it's supported and it's encouraged to step into that biggest version of yourself. And it's even a place where it's going to help you expand those dreams, where you're going to be somewhere or with someone. Because again, home can be within people as well. And it's going to be the thing that's going to make you feel like you're excited about being able to be you. So I want you to think back and think about all the times that you've said something like, I feel so at home. I feel so at home there, whether it's someone's house or maybe it's a job that you really loved, or maybe it was a gym, or maybe it was a community, something that made you feel so at home. And I know that so many of you listening to this podcast right now have some really, really big goals. And those big goals can often make you feel so uncomfortable and so far from that feeling of home and comfort and security and certainty. And I want to remind you that home isn't just about feeling those creature comforts. Home is also about going into the places where it is supported and encouraged for you to expand. And with a like minded community, with people who support that big vision. And that's actually what really creates the feeling of home, is when you feel like you can be authentically 100% you. The big dreams, the big visions, the big ideas aren't looked at as crazy, but they're encouraged. You're actually looked at as crazy if they know you have them and you don't go for them. So I want to remind you that as uncomfortable as it is leaping into your next level version of yourself and your biggest dreams, you're also going to get to experience feeling more at home than you can remember feeling in a long time. So I want you to remember that home is truly about who you become, not where you come from. So home is about who you become, not where you come from. And so you can build a home in anything that is in your future dreams, because it's going to expand you, and so are those people. So, whatever you're leaping into, just know that it's going to be better than anything you can imagine and anything that you've experienced. And you will eventually end up feeling at home if it's a dream that you can see, even if it feels scary right now. So, you guys, I'm sending you so much love. I'm so grateful for you for being on this journey in 2024. I have just a lot of plans to connect with you deeper in 2025. This podcast has been such a beautiful place for me to connect with my community and my audience. And I've been grateful for all of you who show up, who share, who give me feedback, who let me know who they want to hear on the show next. It's really just one of my favorite things that I get to do, and probably the most consistent thing that I've ever done in my life for this long, this many times a week, bringing you 4 episodes a week now. So I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you for making this podcast what it is. It's always in the top 25 in the entrepreneur section on Apple Podcasts, and that really blows my mind. And that is just a sign that if you stick to something and you do it consistently and you love it and you pour your heart into it, it will pay off. So don't give up, you guys. Keep going, put the time in. It takes time to make it happen. And I will talk to you in the new year.